All right, so this is the first ever bi-weekly breakdown from Missing Collectible. We've thought long and hard, about 10 minutes, about thinking about maybe doing some more podcast style discussion videos. We used to do podcasts for a while there. We had it for like, almost 2 years. Every week we made a video
Back in
or
the day.
made an audio. Back in the day, made an audio track, sometimes with JB, and we went, you know what? Let's get back to doing that, but like a condensed light version.
It's fun.
So we're
It's
gonna do.
easy. It's easy content to make. Get that money, right?
We don't make any money. Get out of here.
So we figured, we just both beat the Outer Wilds DLC for Echoes of the Eye, and I don't know if this is fair to say for you, but for me, there's a moment very early on that is very awe-inspiring. There's a moment when you first get to a place that's like, whoa, this is really
Yeah,
cool in a video game.
yeah.
And so I figured we'd run over like a couple cool moments in video games and talk about what else is awe-inspiring.
I think you have a big one, I have a big one, and then maybe we'll have like an honorable mention if we really feel like it.
Okay. Do you want to start?
I don't know if mine's gonna be controversial. I don't know if listen. I don't know if mine's gonna be controversial because it's not awe-inspiring and like, wow, this is awesome. More so, and I was like, wow, this is not going well, and may actually be a problem. But it was just like it hit me in that moment, right? Let me bring you
Well,
back.
now I gotta hear it.
Let me bring you back. You're like 9 years old. Your dad just tricked you by getting you a microwave instead of an N64.
Hate that guy.
It's a great story. I think you've told it on the podcast before. You're playing this great sequel. It's in the same engine to a game you already love, everybody loves. And you're like, oh, I only have 3 days to save
Oh, it's
the
Majora's
world.
Mask. There you go.
Surely, this fun game for children will not actually end the world. Surely, I have more time
At
than that.
9 years old,
And
did you say this fun game for children?
no, I didn't.
Okay.
I was like, this game is great, and you get to the third day, and you're like, that move's not gonna crash into the. Oh, it is.
Oh, we die.
Oh,
Oh.
oh, and you just like look up, and he's just, and you're like, I've made some mistakes. And
I guess I lose.
it was like I think it was the first time you finish the couple's mask, and then you're just looking at them hugging, and you're like, you're about to die.
There's not a lot of time there. It's like 5 minutes.
Bye, right? And you just leave, and you go back to the first day, and everything's fine again, and you're just like, this is not okay for children to play. This is very heavy.
Yeah.
I think that's awe-inspiring, but like in a negative way, like it's bad awe.
It's like a wow, I can't believe the game did that type of
I
feeling.
can't believe they actually committed to killing everybody. They actually did it.
Everyone
And if you sit it out, if you don't balls out, if you don't wimp out and actually go back in time and sit there, it does kill you and goes, no, you're dead.
Yeah.
Good job, idiot.
But it
We gave
reminds
you
you the
time travel and you
same.
didn't use it.
It reminds you the
Yeah.
same. Like, it'd be great if it like wiped some progress or something and really punished you.
Yeah, like I think we've mentioned before in Outer Wilds, there's a non-spoiler, like this is a time loop and you can fail it and it just goes, yeah, you're done.
You're dead.
You're dead now. We gave you all these time loops and you ruined it for yourself. What are you doing?
Yeah, this is really the year of time loops. We got 12 minutes, we got Deathloop, we got Returnal, Forgotten City.
I still have to play Groundhog Day VR. I've heard it's not fantastic.
I heard it's not good.
But it can't be that bad, right? I think it may be the same problem a lot of time loop games have, where it's like, oh, it'll be fun. And it's like, because it's based off this property. And you think about Groundhog Day, the movie, and you only see the highlights. You don't see every single morning getting up, going down, eating breakfast, over and over and over
Well,
again.
yeah, because that's a bad movie.
Yeah, it is. But that's what these games are. It's like every time you go to do something in one of those games, you got to do the first area of Returnal again and again and again and again.
Yeah. That's why Returnal's bad. What? Who said that?
Whoa. Hey, you got one. What you got? What's your awe-inspiring moment?
Was that your honorable mention? Because I got an honorable mention also.
What was my honorable mention?
That's what I'm asking.
No, that was my main one.
That was your main one?
Majora's
Okay.
Mask, the moon actually killing you.
Okay, so a game came out in 2005 that was pretty awe-inspiring. If you Google awe-inspiring moments in games, this game shows up, but they have
Halo
the
2?
wrong moment.
Halo 2.
Not Halo 2.
That was going to be my honorable mention.
I thought Halo 2 maybe. I didn't play this game until 2010, the summer of 2010. It is, of course, Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh, for God's sake.
And so
Go ahead.
they all say the first Colossus. They're like, how does this big guy get taken down?
Sandworm.
It's like, it's just a dude. Like,
Yeah.
relax. Like, no.
He got butt shelf.
The first Colossus that makes you go, wow, is the bird. Is the fifth Colossus, is Mr. Avion himself. Because he's
Yeah,
up in
that's a
the
good
sky,
one.
and you're like,
Yeah.
how do I even get up there? And then you get up there, and you fight the bird in the sky. If you fall, you die. I mean, you don't, there's water, and you live. But,
Surface tension's a bitch.
I was thinking about moments like that, and like things like that where you fight in the sky on the back of something giant. And I
Yeah.
thought, like, the boss in Twilight Princess, the dragon boss, and I thought how the music ramps up there is really cool.
I've 100% of that game, and I have no memory of that boss.
Yeah, it's the last boss. It's in the not Spirit Temple. It's in the Sky Temple. Wow, it's Zelda knowledge.
Okay. When you said Dragon Boss, I was not thinking of the weird chicken nightmare Sky Temple with the double hook shot. I remember what you're talking about now.
Exactly. Yeah, so I really think Shadow of the Colossus, that one in particular, because it's first, in my opinion. But you mentioned the sandworm. I think the sandworm has a similar feeling. I think the long flying worm, not quite a dragon thing, he's cool.
When you said unappreciated awe-inspiring colossi, I was gonna say the guy with the big stick. He's got like the big club.
Oh, the third?
You
No,
see
no, not
him,
the third one.
the second or the third one. It's really early. He's up on that big like platform in the water, and he's got the big thing, and you're like, surely he's not gonna swing that at me.
Well,
How
it's
could
not
you
a
ever
club.
dodge
It's
that?
a sword. It's a big sword.
Oh, is it a sword?
Yeah, there are colossi with clubs. He is not one of
It's
them.
not sharp. It's not a sword. It's a club. It's a big pole.
Yeah.
It's like one of those police batons. So yeah, now that you've said that, that's like a positive awe. I guess mine's more like dread. Is negative awe dread?
I don't have a negative awe moment like I am going to die. I don't think. The other one I thought of was specific to Astrobot, was specific to VR in Astrobot Rescue Mission. That first time you fought a boss, like, I'm not huge into VR, but just the sheer size and the magnitude of this guy, and you have to physically look up to see him, is crazy. Like,
is this Gorilla Man?
Yeah, the Gorilla Man who you fight and break his teeth
on top of the building
and do a bunch of dental work damage.
Honestly, a lot of those bosses in Astrobot VR were kind of upsetting. Because they're like the way they were animated and the way they were like, I'm up on your face. I was like, yeah. Getting laughed at. Man, I'm a big, huge VR guy, and that stuff still kind of hits me. So
yeah, see, most VR doesn't do anything for me. I'm just like, okay, cool. No. It's just a game with a different screen.
You haven't played horror VR, you fool.
I played some horror VR.
I mean, I think I've played 3, and all 3 of them I haven't finished. So I'm a big baby.
Yeah, I played the Persistence. You gotta tag out of the Persistence because all it is jump scare enemies. Like, it's not a hard game, but all the enemies scream at you at full volume.
Oh, that's not great. Man, I think Five Nights at Freddy's VR is kind of interesting in the way that, like, the whole thing about original FNAF was it would go from, like, you'd hear footsteps in the hallway, and then it was there. Like, it was in the doorway, right? In Five Nights at Freddy's VR, you see them walking down the hallway, and it's like, why wouldn't they just turn and kill you, right? Because the way the original game works, they walk down the hallway, they stand in the corner under the camera, and then they come to the door. Like, it's a weird... It doesn't make any sense. But the VR version, they do that same thing. So they walk, like, past the door and hide in the corner, and then I'm like, what are you doing? That said, I've never finished that, because holy fuck.
Too scary. Can't handle it.
Man... So my positive awe moment, which was, it's an honorable mention around the same 2005. I was going to say Halo 2, just the whole game.
Everything the whole game of Halo 2.
Yeah, in what spot in that? Because you played Halo 1 and you were like, this game's kind of butts. Like, there's a lot of spots that are a little unpolished. And then Halo 2, they hit you with the going over the bridge. That's Halo 2, right? Is that Halo 3?
Going over what bridge?
Fuck, that might be Halo 3. I might be really dumb here.
You're talking about the end of the game?
No, the part where you go over a bridge in a tank.
That might be ODST.
That's 2. That's 2. That's 2. That's
okay.
2.
Okay.
Because that's the level you get the scarab gun on the top of the buildings. That's 2. That's 2.
Okay.
That's when you're like, man, I really wish I had a tank right now. The Pelican's like, got you, and drops a tank. You're like, let's go! Just all of Halo 2, man. That game's great.
That's not even like a moment in Halo 2 for me. Like, I barely remember that.
I beat it again like a year or 2 ago. I beat Halo 2 again.
Yeah, I like all the Gravemind stuff. I like when you play as the Arbiter. That's cool.
Oh, yeah, all that stuff's great. Yeah.
But
that's what I'm saying the whole game. I'm saying the whole game. Honorable mention the whole game. It's cheating, but
And then they're
I
like,
don't
"Where are you going?" And he goes, "To finish the fight." And
finish
it's
the
so
fight.
cool when you're in
Yeah.
like ninth grade or whatever we were.
Oh, what were we? Yeah. It was certainly middle school. It was
No,
seventh
it
or
was
eighth
high
grade. Yeah.
school.
No, it
For
wasn't.
Halo 3, it was high school.
Halo 2.
Yeah.
I know. Listen, I have a distinct memory of the person who sat next to me in homeroom telling me about his journey trying to beat the game on Legendary Solo. And each day he'd come in and be like, "Yeah, I got, it's like 4 or 5 hours last night, man." I was like, "Did you do your math homework?" He's like, "Nah, I was playing Halo 2." I'm like,
The
"Well,
legacy of Halo 2 is weird, right? It's like everyone is
yeah,
talking about Reach and Halo 3 and how like those were the days of Halo.
yeah."
Like I liked 3, but I feel like 2 was the one. Like 2 was the one that changed online gaming on consoles.
It's funny because it's even big for me, and I never had an original Xbox. I had a 360. I never had the original. So the
Yeah.
fact that I remember 2 so fondly. They had like 1,000 map packs for 2. You had to go to the store and like buy the little fucking booster disc.
Yeah, towards the end of 2 they had them as downloadable content, but it was really weird.
Yeah.
You like exited
Yeah.
to like a main Xbox download page. It was
Right.
weird.
I think Halo 2 was also the one. Was it 2 or 3 that had the like super limited edition version? But it wasn't. They made more of that one than the non. It was like a steelbook,
Yeah, I had the
but they
Steelbook
made
one.
more steelbooks than the non-steelbook one.
Yeah.
So people bought a shitload of the steelbook ones to resell them because they thought they were special collector's editions. And then Microsoft was like, "Haha, gotcha." That's pretty funny. I have the non-steelbook version, which is why I'm saying
So
that. I
your
have the tech.
awe-inspiring moment in gaming is Microsoft publishing Steelbooks in Halo 2.
Yeah, that's obviously what it is. You
There you
got it.
go.
You got
We brought it back.
it. We brought it back. I could talk about that stuff for a while, but we don't have to because this is supposed to be short video. How long have we been going for, babe?
10 minutes.
Yeah, anything else to say?
No, I think that wraps it up. These are just like quick insights into gaming. Tell us in the comments if you have a much better awe-inspiring moment, and tell us in the comments if you have a cooler topic for us to talk about. Because we got a bunch, but we'll probably jump on anyone that you guys want to see.
Probably all suck, so who cares? I think we're gonna do. I think our next one is gonna be Halloween related because it'll be Halloweenish. So let's get on board that train. Choo
That's true.
choo, all aboard.
Start
Yeah.
thinking now about your spookiest levels in video games.
Uh, Outer Wilds, Echoes of the Eye, the whole thing.
It's
Spooky.
very scary.
It's pretty spooky. Are we doing it like an outro thing? Bye. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
That's it. That's the outro.